exactly, I think I need to push this up a little. Want to show you exactly, hey Barbara, what it's going to look like. And I want to, for my iPad to catch up so that I can see, that you guys can see. Thank you. I just got them done yesterday. So I thought they were kind of fun. Thank you, Diane. Thought they were kind of fun, but I want to make sure you can see. Now look, is this not going to be adorable? He's got his cute little bumpy hat on again. Thank you, Sherry and Kelly. Cute little hat on. Janie, you're my biggest cheerleader. I appreciate you. We are going to paint his hat green, his little pants green. Thank you, Georgia. And we're going to paint his pot black. And we have some gold glass that we're going to use for the gold coming out of his pot of gold. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. But first, we're going to do the background. I'm going to do the background with some fun colors. Thank you. Aren't they cute? This one was actually supposed to be silver, but they dipped it wrong. I actually did the dip again. I thought I'd give them another chance. They dipped it wrong into a blue color, and so I just said, whatever, it's okay. So I'm going to add a little bit of white. This is just acrylic white, okay, to my canvas, and then I'm going to squirt in just a teeny bit of the folk art green, fresh grass green, just to give our background a little bit of fun color. Just give it a little pop. And I almost always put too much on. Short trip. Did I go somewhere? Oh no, I wasn't going anywhere at the time I posted that. I posted a picture of the bridge going into Key West because I bought, and I'm going with a couple of my girlfriends to Key West. See, I did it again. Too much. For my birthday. And my birthday's in March. So I'm going to go for the week of my birthday, or a couple of days, not a week. A week in Key West is probably a little too much if you're going with girlfriends. So yeah, we're going to Key West the end of March. So it'll be the last year, when my birthday comes, it'll be my last year to be 50-something. So I thought it needed a little extra celebration. Yes, Key West is awesome. And you know what the key is for Key West, Becky? The driving force behind Key West is it's warm, right? So I'm going to put just a dab of Key West. Lord have mercy, I got Key West on my brain. My birthday is March 31st. Look at all us March babies. No, we're going to fly into Miami. I'm going to put one little dot of green on each side. We're flying into Miami, and then, oh, that might have been too much. Let me get some of that off. We're going to fly into Miami, rent a car, and then drive across the bridge. Look how fun this is. Now, I didn't want it to be too dark because we are going to make his hat green, but we're going to use like a Kelly green. I think it's called Festive. Might need a little more white. Hey, Sue's on the 15th. Jean's March 11. Look at all of us March babies. Look at y'all. Yay, happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, Lisa. Tomorrow's your birthday. That's awesome. So I'm just trying to get a little color on my background, not really trying to do anything too crazy. And I got a little bit of debris, so I'm going to see if I can get that out of there. My paint colors, I really need to just sit down and go through all my colors, throw away all the stuff that's icky, because I've thrown away probably 3 greens today, looking for the right green for our gnome. Oh, Janie, happy birthday to him. Oh my goodness, Sherry, that is quite the drive. Janie is March 2nd. Cindy Austin is March 9th. Yay. Thank Thank you, Christine, for the stars. Cindy Potts is March 24th. Janie is March 6th. Tracy is the 18th. Woohoo! You guys are awesome. I'm assuming yours is February 18th, right? Okay, so I'm going to hit this with a dryer, and we can chat a little bit more while we're drying this. I am going to, hang on, try to pour a little bit of green. February 20th. If you're, oh, happy birthday, Sally. Oh, my goodness, Charlotte, yes. Thank you, Anne. So, yeah, me and my girlfriend, my best friend from high school, her birthday is April 1st, and mine is March 31st. So, on Sunday, we decided that we were going to Key West, and we booked the trip the next day, and it is on like Donkey Kong. Dinah, that is double fun that your birthday is the first day of spring. Karen's is March 2nd. Look at all us birthdays. Look at all us Marchy birthdays and Februaries. This won't take but a second. Hey, Mary. We're just going to get this background dry. My sister's is March 12th. Look at all these Marchies. All these Aries and Pisces. All these Aries and Pisces. I want this to cool off a little bit before we put our tracer on. Linda's at the end of her 50s too. I get you, honey. Yeah, I'm 58. I'll be 59 next month. So I thought, Lord, I better start living my life. Better start doing all those things I said I was waiting till I was waiting for this or waiting for that. You know how we do. When I turn 50, when I turn 30, when I get enough money, when I buy a house, when I do this, we're always saying, when I do this, I'm going to do that. Well, it's time. It is time. April 2nd, Aries. Go, Amy. Yay, Christine. She gets the vault. Yes. So I'm going to tape down, oops, wrong one. I'm going to tape down my tracer in a couple of spots. I want him kind of, I don't like things perfectly centered, but I do want his feet on the ground. So I'm going to put, I also want him straight. I don't want him leaning like an old St. Patrick's Day drunk. Yes. So I'm going to tape him down in a couple of spots. Go, Laurie. We are going to trace him and start painting his cute self. Now, think about this. His hat, guys, can be any number of things. I haven't really decided. I'll decide when I start. But I haven't really decided 100%. My baby sister is March 12th, too. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this hat, but here are some options for you. You can just paint it solid green and be good with that. You could put glue on, paint it green, put glue on it, and use green glass or green seed beads. You could, let me try to get my little beard done. You could put stripes, green and white stripes, or you could do green and then dark green, medium green, you know, do an ombre, like a dark green, a medium green, a light green, you know, and get lighter, lighter, lighter all the way to the end. You could paint it green and put stripes or, you know, dots, I mean. So there is a plethora of things that you can do. I'm just tracing away with his hat, so I cannot wait to see what you decide. Right now, I'm just tracing this pot of gold, and we've got a little hand holding it, a little thumb. We'll put his arm here and his shoes. I'm trying not to put my hand on it too much and smear black from the carbon. hand. So I've traced everything except, I think, Nancy, there's like a little something at the bottom. I don't know 100% because I don't see any of that on my side. So I think there's something at the bottom that tells you what to do. So anyway, I am not going to put the clover at the end of his hat because I don't want to paint that. I'm actually going to just use 4 pieces of green glass on the tip of his hat for the clover, so I'm not going to paint that, okay? Okay, so let's check and make sure we got his hat, his beard, his nose, both of his hands, his clothes, and the pot of gold. Hey, Patsy, how are you? How are you? How are you? Okay, so we'll put this away and let's get to painting. I think the first thing I'm gonna paint is his beard because we did the green first, we may need to do more than one coat. So I'm gonna put a little bit of white and I'm gonna put a little bit of festive green and, hang on, a little bit of gray. I'm gonna mix this. A little bit of cable knit gray for his beard. I'm just trying to get all my colors on my plate. Ugh. And I think I'll wait for the cream and the stuff for his face because we're going to do that last and I don't want it to get messed up. I'm sorry. I had thank you, Christine. I had a miniature brain fart for a second there. Forgot where I was and what I was doing. I have no idea what's going on. But first we are going to paint his beard because it's white. And I'm just going to get just a small flat brush. I'm going to put a coat of white because it might need more than one coat to cover that green. So we're going to go around his cute little nose. And what I did, we had a Valentine's gnome that we did last month. And all I did was take that same gnome, the shape of his hat, his body, and I added a little pot and his hand and just recreated him that way. And also, if you're a member, you're going to get a second gnome for St. Patty's Day that's holding a balloon. So the Valentine's heart balloon, it's going to be a clover instead of that. I don't know. You may have to buy them first. I don't know. I think they're a penny a piece or something. I promise you guys, I have no idea. It's just something that Facebook started. I'm going to turn this upside down so I don't get my hand in it. Facebook started a while back, and I literally just recently, they set me up for some special thing. Facebook did. And I really recently started collecting that. So I'm going to get one coat of white on his cute little beard. And I think actually while I'm at it, I'm going to get some of that skin tone, which is warm beige. And we're going to do, thank you for the stars, Kathy. We're going to do a little bit of that on his nose because it'll probably take 2 coats because of the green. And we'll do his hands too. So anything that takes more than 1 coat, we'll go ahead and get that going so we don't have to blow dry every 5 seconds. So there's that. Here's one of his hands holding this pot of gold. Thank you, Nelda. Thank you, Elizabeth. Trying not to get paint on my manicure. Going out of town next week. We won't have a live next week on Wednesday because I am going out of town to a business conference with a bunch of my creative business owner friends. And so we won't have a live next Wednesday, but I may come on Sunday and see. I've been trying really hard to like take the weekends off and take care of myself, but I may come on Sunday and do something fun to make up for the fact that we're not going to have a Wednesday. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to rinse my brush and trying to decide what to do with his hat. So in the meantime, while I'm thinking about it, I am going to the Outer Banks. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to get this green and I'm going to go ahead and paint his britches. Thank you for the sprinkles. I'm going to get some color on his britches. Might have to second coat this green too. Let's see. Might need a little bit smaller brush to get into the nitty gritty of it. Hang on. 66. You go, girl. I'm going to get something a little bit smaller so that I can get in here without making a hot mess. This is a teeny little baby brush. All right, let's get the other side. Thank you for the stars, Jean. I'm trying to keep up. Christina. Let's get the other side. This is his britches on the other side, or his cloak, or whatever a gnome wears these days. Who knows? Pretty sure gnomes wear whatever they please. Hey, Cloma. Hey, Laura. It's okay. We just kind of got started. So now I need to decide about his... Kind of got a little crazy on that one side, but I don't care. So now I need to make a decision about his hat. Do I want to do stripes, green, white, green, white, green, white? I'm leaving on Monday, Carol, to go to the Outer Banks. I'm going to a business conference with some wonderful creative friends. I'm very excited. Thank you, Christine. I think, let's try this. And if it doesn't work, thank you, Carol. If it doesn't work, we'll figure it out. I'm going to start with, I'm going to grab a darker green. We're going to start with a darker green and work our way up. And if it looks like poo-poo, then we'll adjust. We will adjust. It's just paint, right, guys? So we'll start here. And we'll do this first little blip. I still had some of that Kelly green, that festive green on my brush. So hopefully, let me rinse that out. Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. His little sleeve. Let's get that done. Because this is probably going to need a second coat. I can tell. It's very translucent. So we'll get that in there. Thank you for reminding me. Crazy pants. All right, now. Yay. I've never been to the Outer Banks, so I'm super excited to be going. And I'm super excited to see my friends too. All my creative friends. So I'll be seeing people you probably know. If you're on the crafters art circuit, and a lot of you know Heidi Easley. I'll be hanging out with Heidi. I'll be hanging out with Christy from the Social Easel. Sarah from Framed. Ooh. Brooke from Refabbed. Stacy from Wilshire. So we're going to be having a big old time. So there's my first stripe, and I don't know what size brush this is because all the stuff has peeled off of that. Hey, David. All the stuff has peeled off of that, and so it doesn't say, but it's tiny. It's really small. You can see, you know, the compared to like my fingernail. So there is that color. So now let's go with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna just take a little bit of the green. I'm gonna scoot this over so you can see what I'm doing. A little bit of the green. I'm gonna grab a little bit of white. I'm just gonna take it down a notch. It's too much. That's too notchy. Maybe add a little bit of this, create our own color. I don't like that. We'll do the next little piece in a little bit lighter color, and we'll just keep getting lighter. You may put some dots on it too, if we don't like it. Thank you for the sprinkles. No, I don't think I'm going to be using any orange. All right, that needs a second coat. All this probably will. So now I'm going to go in to just my festive green. There's a lot of green. Almost am wishing right now I had just done green and white stripes, but we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. No biggie. Just paint, right? Thank you for the sprinkles. Christine's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday early, girl. Now I'm going to try to make another color. I'm just adding white to what we already have. We're just going to get a little bit lighter and lighter and lighter as we go. So now we'll do this one. Yes, I think we're going to add some white polka dots. We'll do another. A little bit lighter. We're going to make this big because we're going to start running out of green. We'll do a little shading to make it better too. Add a little bit more white. I'm just going to keep getting lighter and lighter and lighter. We'll do like this. And a little bit more white. Just keep adding white to my green to get it lighter and lighter and lighter. Let's see if this works. Right there. Almost. I'm going to need to turn this. Thank you, Lynette. So basically I'm using, my first line was Black Forest Green, that dark one. It certainly needs another quick coat. And then I started using Festive Green, that's Americana, and just added white. A little bit more white every time to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And boom. So it just kind of is fading one into the other. So let's see what we got. That's kind of cute, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cute, but I'm gonna take a quick sec and go back over. So let me get into this Black Forest. I think I didn't shake that very well. It's kind of runny. So let's do that again. We'll really darken that up. So cute. Yeah, I can't, the comments are going by too fast for me. I can't read them. But if you ask a question and I don't see it or somebody else doesn't answer it, I promise we won't ignore you. We'll come back. Somebody will answer your question. So there, that is so cute, y'all. Let me rinse. Now we're gonna go with a little bit of the Black Forest and a little bit of the Festive. And then we're gonna go straight to Festive. Oh my goodness. So stinking cute. Definitely needed quick second coats. I'm kind of trying to blend in with that bottom color so it's not such a harsh line. You rinse. So this is straight Festive Green. Straight out the bottle. A little bit lighter. And then we're gonna go in, hopefully I'll do this correct again. And we'll just keep, I need a little more green in that. Keep our color straight. And a little more white in the brush. We'll do this one. I need to turn him upside down again, guys, sorry. So cute. So I don't get my hand in the color. The wets. So I'm just adding white to my existing color. I'll do this one. Add a little white. We'll do this one. Oop, not enough green. Not enough green still. That's crazy. Adding a little more white. And again, a little more white. And then I'm just going to go straight up white on my brush. It's still dirty from the green. All right, so there we have that. Now I'm going to do something I'm going to do a little bit of shading, guys, but don't panic. We're going to do just a little bit of white on the corner of the brush. So you want to dampen your brush and just dab it on a paper towel so you got the excess off. You're going to dip it in your white just on that little teeny corner there. Kind of use your plate to blend it in. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to blend in a little bit of white between each color change. Just a tiny bit of white. So I'll dip it again, just an itsy bitsy bit, okay? Rub it on your plate, go to the top of your next color, and just make that line. Do it again. We're gonna just rinse and repeat. Blend it out. Go to the top of this one. Rinse and repeat. Go to the top of this little one. Just kind of separating each color a little bit. Yes, I have some now, rose gold, and I will make sure it gets added to the websites. All right, I need to get a little more moisture on my brush. Teeny bit amount on your brush. Brush it through. We're gonna do a little white here. Teeny bits. And white here. And that's our last white. All right. So look how cute that is. So cute. I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm just gonna get a little bit on the tip and add a little bit to, get off there, the end, just the white. Voila. All right, and so now I think what we're gonna do is second coat our festive green, because it's kind of sheer down here. And then we'll do the black pot, and then we'll do any details that need to be left or need to be done. So let's get this done, second coat. And while this second coat is wet, I'm gonna put a tiny bit of black on my plate for now, because I'm gonna highlight, or I'm gonna shadow that, his britches and his sleeve with a little bit of black, kind of the same way I just used the white on his hat. We're just gonna put a teeny bit of black on the corner of my brush. Let me throw that away. Just a teeny bit of black right on the very corner. Brush it out. And then I'm gonna come here. Oops, no, don't do it. And I'm gonna put this black right on his sleeve, at the top of his sleeve, where his sleeve touches his hand. With a little bit of black, teeny bit. Super cute, super cute. Do it again, teeny bit of black, brush it out, and then we're gonna come right along his beard, And on that side. Just to give his shirt a little bit of dimension. Does that make sense? So cute. Right, now I'm gonna second coat with the green, the side. And we'll kind of do the same thing. Then we'll move on to his, oh, poo. Did you see what I just did? Anybody see that? Hang on. You get a clean brush. Voila. Fix that, didn't I? So now I'm gonna get a little bit of black again. We're gonna give this a little shading, just right under. Oops. All right. A little bit of white again. We're going to go back into the white. I'm making a mess on this canvas. Teeny bit of white on your brush again. And we're going to just give it a little bit of a highlight in a couple of spots. Over the top of his shoe, just a little white. A little white up here. Just to give it dimension. Doing the shading just gives it a little bit of dimension so it's just not a flat color of artwork. See how that works? Isn't that cute? All right, so let's paint his shoes black. So we're gonna use the same little baby brush. And I'm just gonna paint. I'm gonna put these here so I have something to put my hand on. We'll paint his little shoe. Go around his beard. He is so cute. We are also going to use some gold glass on, we're going to fill his pot of gold with gold glass. That's going to be so fun. So there's one shoe. And while that's wet, I like to work wet on wet because it makes things shade and blend better. I'm going to offload. I'm going to dip into that white just a teeny bit on the corner again. Offload a little. And I'm going where the sole of his shoe separates from the top of his shoe. I'm going to add a teeny little bit of white. Just a line of white. Hang on. I'll show you this up close so you can see it. I didn't quite do enough. A little line of white to separate the sole of the shoe from so there's one shoe. We'll go back into that black again, do his other shoe. Then we gotta fix up his beard too. We're gonna do, once we get all this done, we'll add some glass and resin. Add the sole. Offload that. I'm going to dip into that white again. just on the corner. And I'm going to come across his shoe where the sole separates the top. And we'll come over the top just a little. So there are his shoes, super cute. It is a tiny flat brush. I don't know what size it is because all the paint's peeled off, but it is probably a 1/8 inch or less wide. Right. Now, before I do that black again, I'm gonna do his nose. So I used the warm beige to do his nose and his hands. So I'm gonna redo with that, and I'm also gonna add the tiniest drop of cherry red, or that's not really a tiny drop. A tiny drop of cherry red, because we're gonna use that to make him have a frosty nose. So we're just gonna add a little bit of this warm beige again to his nose. Then I'm gonna add a tiny bit of white on the corner. And we're gonna put the white kind of across the bottom of his nose. Then I'm gonna dip into the red, offload that, and you're gonna add a tiny bit of red to the top of his nose. So he looks like he's been out in the cold a little bit. He's got a little red nose going on. All right, so let's do his hands the same way. So I'm gonna second coat with the warm beige. I'm gonna do white on the end of his hand and the tiniest bit of red close to his sleeve. And the other hand. Thank you, Pamela. So we'll second coat this hand, holding that pot of gold. And his little thumb too, don't forget his thumb. And we're gonna go into the white. And we'll add that to the bottom. We're gonna go into the red, tiny, tiny bit. And we're gonna do around the top of his hand. And see how I got a little too much red? That's okay too. I'm gonna do his thumb, because what you can do is take some more of that warm beige and just kind of add some back in to minimize that red. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. All right, so before we move to the pot of gold, I'm gonna put a second coat of white on his beard. I'm using a bigger brush so it just kind of goes faster. This plate's a hot mess. It's time to get thrown away. So just a little bit of white. And then we're gonna come over the top of it with a little bit of gray. This brush is terrible. Hang on. Need to get a different one. Thank you, Donna, for the stars. That brush had a little bit of green in it too, so. So this is the cable knit gray. So I'm just gonna come in over my white wet and just add in some strokes of gray. Don't over blend it. We'll go back to the white. Then while that's wet, we're gonna come in with a teeny bit of gray just on the end and make some strokes. create his beard. And this is way easier, guys, if your paints are wet. Thank you, Donna, again. I just repeated myself. So make sure, if you're not quick on the draw, that you paint in sections. Like do half his beard or a section of his beard. So all that part is wet. So I'm going to go into my gray just a little and stroke in some beard. He is so cute. Super cute. So he is finished. All we have left to do is our pot of gold. And we're going to paint that black. I still have some black on my tray. You don't do anything green since you're divorced? You're going to have to explain that. You are going to have to tell us the details about that, because I'm confused. Any more black? He is so cute. Let's see if that's enough. So we'll get that painted. Yeah, we got to know now. Gotta know right now. Oh, I gotta hold my mouth right so I don't mess his hand up. Ooh, I'm gonna get a smaller brush because I'm crazy. I'll be messing that up. I'll be mad. I'll be mad. So cute. I stinking love my gnomes. Love them. In the green background, fun. So one more little stroke. Let me push out that lip of the pod and straighten up this line. So while that is wet, I'm gonna get a little bit of white on the corner of my brush again, and I'm gonna come under the lip of the pot of gold, okay? Just under that lip, and add a little bit of that white. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna get a little bit of this cable knit gray on the corner too, and I'm just gonna add a little parentheses right there. Maybe around his hand too. Get a little bit more. Maybe around his hand. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Look at him. Is he so cute? He's so cute. I love him. So I think we need dots. And I'm trying to figure out, I think I'm going to do small dots. And maybe not. Let me see. Let me see what I got going on over here. Really hate using my brush because it just doesn't make the dots I like. So I really need a daughter. Need a daughter. Need something to make dots with. I think I'll try to use this. This is just a Sharpie, but it has a flat tip. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to go in and put dots. dot. Dot. Oh, that was a half moon dot. 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 We'll fix that one. That one just don't want to be. I'm just dipping into that white and making dots. And they're not good dots. They're not excellent. I think I'm going to make some little dots too. Hang on. We're going to fill in. I'm going to use my Stylus. It's got a little fat tip on the end. So let me see. I'm going to put a little bit more white on here. Thank you, Pamela. So we're going to add in some smaller dots to go with. And this is just my Stylus I'm using. The thing I use to trace the carbon pattern. Then we got to pick out some glass for his shamrock. Boom. Oh my gosh, he is so stinking cute. I cannot even stand it. Is he not adorable, y'all? Okay, look at it close up. Yes, look at that. Is that not so stinking cute? I love him. He is so cute. Okay, I'm going to hit him with the dryer real quick because I want to outline him a little bit with my pen. Thank you, Bonnie. So I want to make sure all this is dry. And then we are going to get 4 little pieces of glass to make him a shamrock. And then we're going to put gold on his pot of gold. Whoops. I don't know what just happened there. Because he is a lucky charm. He is a lucky gnome. Okay, so I like to use, I'm not steady with my hand, as y'all can tell. So I'm not good at outlining with a liner pen because my arthritis makes my hand shake and I get cramped up. So I like to use this pen to do my outlining. Thank you, Janet. I use a Master's Touch. Yes, it did, didn't it? It needed that. I'm using a Master's Touch brand, graphic 0.5 pen. Okay, this is an archive quality. Thank you, Susan. Love you, girl. Love you, miss you. Master's Touch 0.5 archive quality pen, so it will not run when we resin, okay? So you need like a Posca marker or anything that says that it is archive quality, okay? So, and I'm not gonna trace all the way around perfectly, all right? I like to do, wanna make sure that's all dry. I like to do short, quick strokes and dots every once in a while. So stroke, stroke, stroke. So I'm doing a little bit of a stroke on each section of that hat. So then I'll come in And I'll also do just a quick, loose separation. We'll do some dots again between each little section of the hat. And you see what a difference adding those little lines to the hat does? I mean, it really makes a huge difference. All right, so now let's do his little nose. Well, I'm going to come around his hat first. Then we'll come around his nose. We'll add a few dots. I like to add a little cross marks here and there too when I'm doing something fun and whimsical. So add a few of those too if you like them. So we're going to come around his beard, very loosey-goosey, not trying to be perfect. You can also add in just some strokes in his beard if you like. We're going to loosely go around his clothes, around his hand, around the pot of gold, and voila! How pretty is that? See what a difference this penmanship makes, or just adding that pen detail? It makes such a difference everywhere. It just makes him pop, and it gives him that last little bit that he needs to look pretty, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna dump out a couple of bits of this green, and we're gonna find 4 pieces that we can use for our shamrocks. So we're not gonna go crazy, just 4 little, somewhat round pieces of glass. So that could be a shamrock. It's a little 4-leaf clover. And this is green reflective, but it doesn't have to be. It can be just regular green, or you could paint it on. It is on the tracer if you're in the circle. There is a tracer, and it is sketched onto the tracer. So 4 little bits of glass. Now I'm gonna put a tiny little dot of glue. Rubens, yes you could, trust me. Trust me. How many people are here in the group or on the page who are in my circle and you never painted before and now you're painting your little hearts out? I'm going to put just a little dot of glue to help hold these in place. While we mix. Ooh. So there's his 4-leaf clover. So cute. Look, see, Carol, Charlotte. Is that not cute? Look at that cute little thing. See, look. Look at all these people who didn't think they could paint. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, Martha, Robbie, I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue just to the top of that little pot. And we're going to add some gold. Look at all my people. Look at all my folks. Okay, these are too big. That's not gold. That's a mountain. So I'm going to find a few smaller bits that we can make into a pot of gold. So we're gonna kind of place a few first, and then we will pile up a few. He's just got gold coming out of his pot like crazy. All right, a little bit here. Look at all that. See, guys? I love y'all. I swear I do. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top of that. We are going to just add a second quick little layer to give it some dimension. And then we're going to be ready to finish this sucker up. I'm going to use little pieces. You try to pull out some smaller bits. For the depth. Look at that. You guys are awesome. Y'all make my day. All right, I think we are good. I think we're golden. That was not even a funny little thing, was it? So there's his pot of gold. Yes. Uh-oh, we'll add those since they want to fall out. Try not to get paint on my brand new manicure. That's green. That's gold. We'll add it. No paint. All right, let's zip this up. Is he not cute, Samantha? Look how adorable he is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some resin. And I have 2 little baby cups. I'm going to put the hardener in one and the resin in the other, and then we're going to mix them up. I am mixing up a 1/4 ounce of hardener and a 1/4 ounce of resin to total 1/2 of an ounce total art resin, okay? That's about how much it's going to take. You make sure we don't have debris from my old broke up. Hey, Jan, thank you. So I use art resin. It's a 2-part epoxy. So we're going to use hardener, 1/4 ounce. I've marked my little cups so I know. Thank you, Janie. So I know where to stop. So we're going to put the hardener in 1 cup. Boom. Perfect. And we're going to put the resin in the other, and then we're going to combine them. We'll put them all together in 1 cup. So, boom. There we go. And so I just use, for mixing, when it's a baby cup like this, I just use the old flat palette knife, and it's got so much resin caked on it. I'll probably never be able to get that off, but I'm going to move this up a little. And I'm going to dump my hardener into my resin. It doesn't matter which you dump into what. You can dump the resin into the hardener into the resin. It does not matter on this one. I mean, if you're not using art resin, you need to follow the directions on whatever you're using. They might mix differently. They might weigh differently. They might measure differently. The directions might be completely different. So please use for whatever resin you're using. Okay, Janie, I'm ready. So I'm gonna stir this for 3 minutes. Just really slowly. You don't wanna beat it to death. You wanna just slowly stir, scrape the sides and scrape the bottom to let all this gooey mixture blend together. So if you have a question, now's a perfect time to ask. Any questions about glass? Any questions about art resin? Any questions about art? Any questions about leprechauns? I don't know anything about leprechauns. But anything about my page, my business, I'm an open book. I keep having to touch my screen so it doesn't go away. Any cute? So cute. Thank you guys for taking some time out of your evening to watch us play. If you're new here, we do this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. However, we are not going to be live next Wednesday because I'm going to be out of town. Wouldn't that be cute, Pat? Yes, you have to do that. You definitely have to do that. But we are normally here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Next week is, I'm going out of town, so I won't be live next week, but we will be live after that. Georgia, I think I have some at my house. I think I still have 1 box. I need to check that and see, and I'll get those online if I do, okay? And if I don't, I will get some more, I promise. So, he's so cute. His little pot of gold. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you so much. Do you have a glass color that is iridescent? No. Or holographic? I do not, Linda. What you can do is use iridescent or holographic paint and then put clear glass on top. Jennifer says, do you sell cut glass for flowers? No. I only sell the crushed glass because if I tried to sell... had to cut vase glass for flowers and such for all the people that I sell to, I would never have time to paint. But I do teach you how to do that. Let's see. I watched the Facebook training, didn't understand how to do it as your page can't have it. I'm not sure, Christine, what you're talking about, so you're going to have to expound on that. Yes, and you can purchase glass from me at artshattered.com. It is $6 a pound, and I probably used a teaspoon here. Yeah, that way you could probably do 20 of these with 1 pound of glass. So there's that. My words keep going away. Let's see. Oops. Thank you. Thank you. I love my watch too. I went to market. I went to market in Atlanta in January, and I bought these watches, these watch bands. Thank you, Janie. I hear you. I bought these watch bands. They're Apple Watch bands from someone, and I bought like 10 or 12, and then I ordered some more. My order hasn't come in. I don't know if you've ever been to market or know anything about how market works. I may get them. I may get them tomorrow. I may get them 6 months from now. I may not ever get them. That's how market works. So I don't know. I'm hoping I get some more because they have been a hot item in this. Oh, yeah. Do you want to spill some gold on the ground? Let's do. A little bit right here. Like it fell out. Let's find some small ones. Let's spill some glass. Let's spill some gold. Good idea. Most excellent. Yes, Becky, the flakes would look great in the pot of gold. All right, so there's our spillage. I love it. That is so cute. Oh. Okay, so we have a ½ ounce total of resin. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, let's do that. Y'all got me going crazy. That one's so tiny, I can't get my hands on it. How's that? Oh my goodness. That is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of resin on my glass bits first because they are most important to be stuck down. So we'll get that done. He's so cute. So then we're just going to drizzle over the top of our gold for our pot of gold. Oh, I love him. Drizzling over the top helps it seep down through the glass and stick it all together and helps it adhere to the canvas. So let's get all these little spillage bits. Oh my gosh. This is adorable. And then we'll take whatever is left. Come on, you heathen. Get in there. We'll take whatever is left and we will, I don't even think it's going to take the whole, I'm going to just dump it anyway. It's a ½ ounce. And I'm just going to use my gloved hand to spread it around. So get it all off. And I'm just going to use my fingers to move it to the edge of the canvas. I don't like to do my sides. Some people do, some people don't. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. I don't do them. Resin's expensive. Let's move along. He is so stinking cute. I can't stand it. Let's get these fallen bits taken care of. So just spread it out. Make sure you're not skipping any bits of canvas. I mean, one little tiny skippy is not going to hurt, but what you don't want is one big whole gapper, one whole section where you missed putting the resin. So you're going to want to look at it from a couple of angles. Pick it up, turn it around. It's little, so you can pick it up. Turn it around in the light and make sure you've got all those top edges covered. I'm going to go around my edges. And he is so cute. So I'm going to look at it from a couple of different angles. There's a little skip hole. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to take my gloves off and we're going to pop our bubbles. You have a couple options for popping your bubbles. You can use the heat gun, just like the one that I use to, hang on, trying to get my glove off. Just like the one I use to dry the background color. So you can use something like this and pop those bubbles that accumulate when you are stirring your resin. You can do that. And if you use a heat gun, it's yeah, that's good, Charlotte. You could probably come back in 10 or 15 minutes and hit it again to make sure. I like to use a torch. This is a propane torch. You can also use like a little creme brulee style torch, the little small kitchen torch that you can get on Amazon for very cheap. So I like to do that because I think it works better, but both options work. All of it does. It just takes a little bit of heat, not fire, but heat, to pop those bubbles that we created when we mixed. Check him out. I'm going to hold him up closer so you can see how cute he is. I got to wait for my silly iPad to catch up. So I'm going to wiggle him around a little bit. Is he not stinking cute? Look at the pot of gold. Look at his little clover hat. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. He might be my favorite gnome ever.